Welcome back to Simple Human Design. Today we're going to be talking about the sacral response. So if you are a manifesting generator or a generator, you will have to respond or to wait to respond as your strategy. So just as a reminder, your strategy in the human design system is an overarching way that you can choose, if it's correct for you, to live your life, right? So we're going to talk today a little bit about the generator strategy to respond and what that means, and potentially put some practical steps in place for you to start responding to things in life. Now, the way that I always said this to my clients who are sacral is that you are responding to whatever it is that you're drawing in through your aura. So as a sacral being, your aura is open and enveloping. So you draw people into you and you draw it in through your magnetism. So if you're aligned, if you're lit up, if you love what you do, you will have this magnetism that you'll draw people in with. So as you're drawing people in, they will, come and ask you questions. And you're here to respond. You're here to respond to what they are saying, what they are doing, etc. So the way I like to describe it is that let's pretend, as a very creative person, as you are as a sacral being, let's pretend that you're an artist, right? With your creativity. It could be that you're an artist, could be that you're a poet, you might be an actor, or whatever it is that you have as a creative pursuit. Let's pretend that you are in a park, and in that park you are showing that creative pursuit that you have, so your art, etc. And if you are acting in alignment, what you're doing as a sacral being is you are waiting until these people that are walking past you, you're waiting for them to come up to you, to ask you questions. So some people will walk past you and they won't notice you. Some people will pass you and they'll look and they won't, want to engage. But some people will walk up to you and they'll start asking you questions. How did you learn how to do that? Can I buy something? Can I work with you? Can you teach me how to do that? And these questions are there for you to respond to, right? Now, the opposite of this really for me is initiating. So let's say you're in this park and you've got your art up. Initiating essentially would be you walking up to somebody who's walking past you, tapping them on the shoulder and saying, hey, look at me, look at this, come and look at this over here. Now, that doesn't feel very good for you, right, as a sacral being. So it's kind of forcing people to kind of be drawn into your aura and to move towards you. And nobody likes to be, told what to do. Nobody likes to be forced to do something they don't want to do. So this is essentially your ability, kind of put this analogy that I have created for you into practice, into your everyday life, right? And if you're a business owner, then this is even more important to wait to respond. So if you're a business owner, you will want to shine your light, shine your creativity. You want to get out there and, do your stuff as a sacral being, be magnetic, be aligned, draw in people towards you, right? But as a sacral business owner, you probably won't want to be jumping into the DMs of people and saying, hey, do you want to work with me? Because guess what? That's not waiting to respond. That's initiating. And actually, we found ourselves in this online business culture of initiating, right? And I would say that it's definitely good to initiate conversations for sure, but not those cold DMs that we all hate. So you may feel called to initiate conversations, absolutely. And it might be, a similar thing, like, where did you learn how to do that? Because you're talking to somebody else who's incredibly creative. Can you teach me how to do that? All these questions that you can ask people to start conversations. But what is going to feel really awkward for you is jumping into people's DMs and asking them for action, asking them to sign up to your freebie, asking them to sign up to your group program, asking them to, whatever it is that you're wanting them to do. If you do this, then you may find that you will feel out of alignment. Now, just like everything with the human design system, if that doesn't feel right for you to follow my advice of waiting to respond, it doesn't matter, you do you. So you may be sitting here thinking, oh, it's okay, I do this and I do that, and I'm cold DMing people and it works for me. It's fine, it's not a problem. But when you want to come into alignment with your true self, when you want to have a easier time of business, when you want to feel satisfied, come back, listen to this episode, because you may find that satisfaction will come from waiting to respond, right? And that pressure that you may have, that you may feel like you want to be further along by now, that is a pressure that you can start to release, right? So it's really important to look at the pressures that you're putting on yourself, or look at the pressures that other people are putting on you, and make sure that you're still working and operating in alignment with your strategy. You're waiting to respond, and this will bring you back into alignment. Right. Now, the second part that I want to just bring to your attention around the sacral being is the concept of asking yourself, or getting other people to ask you, yes or no questions. And this is something that gets me every single time I explain this to a sacral being, right? It just makes me laugh every single time. So the example that I use quite often is just simply deciding what to eat for dinner tonight. So if you have a partner, your partner may come up to you and say, what would you like for dinner tonight? Now, to a sacral being, and bearing in mind that 70% of the world, that's actually the wrong question to be asking you, because you in your body and in your head as well, you'd be like, I don't know. I have no idea. What are the options? Are there options? Like, you just feel almost frustrated sometimes that you have to think about what you want for dinner tonight, right? One thing that will make it easier for you to make that decision is if you get the person to turn that question around into a yes or no question. So instead of saying, what do you want for dinner tonight? Get your partner, or, whoever it is, to ask you, do you want pizza for dinner tonight? You will then have a reaction to that, and your body will tell you yes or no. And listening to your body, understanding what happens when you've heard that question and you've got a yes or no answer in your body, understanding that is going to be the key to your response, right? Because when you lean towards something, when you have a word or a sound that comes out of you, when you relax a little bit, when you smile, when you light up, generators are all about lighting up and that energy that comes from you. When it's a yes, you will know. If it's a no, you might retreat. You might have a low sound emanating from you. You might feel uncomfortable. You might, your shoulders might come in a little bit. And listening to these responses is the key to living your design. It's the key to understanding your strategy. And this is something that all sacral beings will, need to get hold of. Most sacral beings will be so busy being busy that they don't hear their body's responses. They don't hear that yes or no answer to themselves. So the key to really understanding your body's responses to life is to slow down. It's to create creative time for yourself to slow down, and then you can speed up, because you are fast and you do go, and you are designed to do in this world. But you need to slow down first, create that time to rest and relax and create, and then you will be able to hear and see and feel your body's responses to life. So, practical tips. First of all, change the question around to, instead of what do you want to do, what do you want to eat, it's do you want to eat pizza? So turn it into a yes or no question, and then you'll have your response. The second practical thing that I would love you to experiment with is going out into the world and saying to yourself, I don't know what's going to happen right now, but I want to go into town or into the, the countryside, whatever you feel like doing. And you want to feel your body responding to certain things. So you might walk past a shop that you've never been in before, but your body goes, ooh, and then you go in there, and you will find that magic will happen if you listen to your body. You might go into town and walk past shops, and it says, no, you don't want to go in there. That's fine. It will take you to magic if you say no and if you follow your body. So take yourself out for a morning or a couple of hours or however long you want, and see and feel and hear your body's responses to where you want to go. Don't have an agenda in mind, just respond to the world that's out there, because this is what you're designed to do. So that's my little episode on the generator sacral responses. This applies to you regardless of your authority, your decision-making process. Okay, we'll come on to that in a couple of episodes for sure. So I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know if you have any questions, as usual, and I'll see you in the next episode.